the end here. Yeah.
So what we're planning to do first, think about the Mandela effect and
Oh, how came with the idea of the well, not the idea of the Mandela effect, but the episode about the Berenstain Bears. That's one of my favorite Halloween episodes I've done ever. I like taking something that isn't supposed to be Halloween and then making it twist into that. The idea came about, and somebody showed me, oh, here's the Mandela effect, and or no, you know what? I was reading the Berenstain Bears books to my daughter, and that was the first time I noticed that it was spelled with an A. And I didn't think anything of it at the time. I was just kind of like, oh, well, that's weird. I'm like, oh, so it's Berenstain Bears. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, maybe they reprinted it, or maybe for maybe there's some legal thing, or maybe the authors didn't want to be associated. Like all these possibilities ran through my head, but I just figured, oh, they must have changed it. Then I saw the TV show, and that had an A, and I was like, oh, well, that's interesting. And then someone told me about the Mandela effect, and that's when I put it all together, and I read all these articles that went on the internet about it, and was like, oh, so all these other people had the same exact experience. How do all these people remember that it was spelled with an E? And I'm just curious, like, raise your hand if you remember it spelled with an E.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, now with an A. Wow, it's overwhelmingly with an E. So that means that the few that raise their hand with an A, you're native to this universe. Everybody else, we crossed over from another universe. So I just thought that was really funny. So it's like the nerd has to do some kind of twist on this. So we did our own take on it and just celebrated this cool phenomenon of, well, I think it's just a lot of bad memory. I guess that's the only thing that we can. Because nobody has found a book or anything, but it's weird. I don't know. It's just a weird thing that it's just so many people could all be wrong. Like, how is that possible? But yeah, maybe. We'll see. How about all the way against the wall here? Yeah, sure. Yeah, right here. Yeah.
Yeah, on your Indiana Jones episode a couple years back, there's a scene where you actually throw a cartridge and you whip the cartridge with a lamp. You actually accidentally break that lamp because your reaction was really.
Oh yeah. I mean, the explanation isn't as funny as what it's in the episode, but in the Indiana Jones episode where I whip the game cartridge and then it knocks over at the lamp, or it breaks a lamp. We'll just say I put in the sound effect of it breaking, but I did knock it over. It was just a lamp that got knocked over. Nothing happened really, but just the reaction was like, oh shit. Like it just came off as so natural. I'm like, oh, well, that's like an outtake that is too funny to be an outtake, so I'm gonna make it an intake and keep it in. Yeah. Yeah, so how about right here?
What are the things you wanted to review, but couldn't because of say budget issues?
Oh, there was an episode that got cut down due to budget issues?
What are the things you wanted to review, but couldn't due to budget issues?
Oh, okay. Couldn't review because of a budget issue, like the game being too expensive or something like that.
Yeah.
Too hard to find. Yeah. See, I can't think of one off the top of my head that was completely abandoned, but some of them got expensive. I know, like Super Noah's Ark 3D was one of the first ones where it was like, oh, I gotta get this game to do the video. But I knew the Halloween, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre one, those ones, took a big hit because they're rare. Yeah, there's none I can think of off the top of my head where I didn't do it at all. Oh, maybe the NES Panavision games. Do you know what those ones like? Bubble Bath Babes, Hot Slots, Peekaboo Poker. Those are three of the rarest NES games out there. They're just really expensive. I don't think the cash is worth it for that. Yeah. So right here with the orange bag. Yeah.
Will Monster Madness continue next year in some sort of maybe live stream of a marathon or past reviews? Maybe with mixing in your commentaries of horror movies, the public domain ones?
Yeah, so as far as Monster Madness, we all know that the 31 marathon just can't continue, like doing 31 in 1 month, but as far as continuing it in some form, those are all ideas that are possible. Like streaming, I think streaming public domain movies would be awesome. That would be cool, kind of like if it was streaming, but we sort of live commented on them or something. I would really love to do that. I'd love to do something as like a horror host. We've had a lot of issues with public domain movies. Like, we tried to post a lot of our commentaries on YouTube, and they get content ID matches, even though they're public domain movies. Somebody out there claims them, so it's always just kind of like a mess with trying to like post anything on YouTube, pretty much, except for totally original content.